welcome back once again. It's the Brawl for All Pro Wrestling Show. This is episode 9, and we haven't done an episode for a while, and I just want to state right now that the reason that is just because, like, we really don't feel like sometimes that there's really much to talk about or anything really necessary going on, and we don't say it's a weekly show anyway to begin with, so what I suggest is that if something major happens, you want to check back into the channel and see if there's something new that we've posted up or talked about. We try to do it every week, but sometimes it just gets to the point like he's moving right now and stuff like that, and it's just hard to do. So, and it's always hard to get everybody together, and I want to do a show with all three of us, but this time I'm going to do a part 1 and a part 2 and post them both for the Royal Rumble results. I'm going to have Peanut with me this time, Jeff Crow, my co-host, and I'm
gonna get stale either.
Not to confuse you, but his nickname's Peanut, so sorry if I slipped up.
No, but yeah, if we did them every week, it could get a little stale. The same thing over and over.
Yeah, it does get kind of stale after a while if you don't really have much, and lots of stuff build up to talk about too.
Right.
But yeah, we're gonna get Steven on for a part 2 tomorrow, and I'm gonna do that show. I don't know when I'll be posting them. Hopefully by tonight or whatever when we do it, but. Anyway, to get on with it, we got the Royal Rumble 2015 coming up, and I'm interested to see this because, in my opinion, it's going to be a toss-up on a few guys to win, and we'll get to talk about that later. But the first thing we want to talk about was the Raw Reunion from last night. We're recording this on a Tuesday, and it was last night. Man, I got to tell you, it was one of the best Raws I've seen for a long time. What do you say?
Oh, yeah, it definitely was. Surprised by a lot of the stuff they done. Turned out really good.
It started off though like with the opening with Brock coming out and Cena and Rollins.
So I actually wanted to watch it as soon as I got up this morning again.
Yeah, but as far as the opening segment went though, you had Brock come out right to start it off, so it was like kind of cool. It was like, okay, it's starting off good, and then you had Cena. And Rollins come out too. But it opened it up with Brock, and you were like, this is going to be really cool. But then it seemed like when Cena and Rollins got into the mix too, it just got kind of boring, and they talked forever. And then they had the Authority out there too with Triple H and Stephanie.
It started with the Authority talking.
And the overall pretty much thing was that they ended up making the stipulation for the fans to vote yes or no on if he won. He could reinstate Ziggler, Eric Rowan, and Ryback. And if he lost, he was out of the three-way match Rumble at the Rumble. Yeah. Three-way match for the title. So I thought that was a cool stipulation to throw out there, though, at the beginning because it gave the main event a meaning.
Yeah.
And what I thought was kind of funny is there was like a lumberjack match being advertised for the night, but that didn't happen.
Oh, I didn't know.
Instead, it was the 3-on-1 handicap match, which is the match that he got put in for the stipulation, which was you knew right off the bat something screwy was going on.
Yeah, I didn't hear about the
match that was put together.
Lumberjack match being advertised.
Yeah, I read that, but it must have been after it went off air or something. But anyway,
changed plans.
They changed plans or something. But so I may be wrong about that. But Cena was going to take on Rollins, Kane, and Big Show for the main event. And we'll get on to that in a second on what happened. But that was okay to start off, but it did get really boring. Even Steven was texting me that it was getting so boring on the start with all the talking, and I can kind of agree with you. It got a little drawn out.
It lasted quite a while.
But they went right into a good match, which was the return of Daniel Bryan to Raw and Wyatt. And I think Daniel Bryan's doing good. I think his physique isn't as tight as he was before he came into. Like he could do a little bit more on the physique, but he's still got the crowd behind him. I don't think he's
full out too.
He don't look like he's missed a step in there. No. So I did notice on the physique though that was like he could. Which is understandable because he went through 2 surgeries and probably hasn't had a lot of time to work out.
Yeah, it's going to take a little while.
He needs to streamline the physique out a little bit more again. But
you go by Mania probably, I'm sure.
Yeah, by Mania. He should be getting back into shape here soon. I think he's already back into... Definitely he's in pretty good. He's probably got a little... I could tell maybe a little bit of ring rust out there, maybe.
Yeah.
But for the most part, he looks pretty damn good.
So
and
he's going
that's why it's kind of up in the air. Like maybe they may have him win the Rumble, but the way they had him get beat though by Wyatt, where Kane and the Authority attacked him, wasn't it Kane that ended up pummeling him afterwards?
Yeah,
and that's ended up pretty much what happened, right? Was Kane just pummeled him down after Wyatt beat him?
Yeah,
because Kane helped screw him over.
And then I think they're having a match on SmackDown coming up.
Okay. But
I'm pretty sure.
But as far as that went, I kind of seen it coming where they were going to screw Bryan over some way. So, but the interesting thing overall is that Bryan looks pretty damn good in his comeback. But having Wyatt defeat Bryan too, they're still making him strong. So the Taker match that we've never really talked about yet, that they're rumored to have.
Yeah, that's what they said. They still don't want to make him look.
Yeah, they had him come out with the pin, so it still had him on top, even though he's fighting a returning Daniel Bryan. So that looks like the Taker match may take place.
Yeah,
to me.
And he's been talking weird stuff like, devil walking beside him and stuff.
A lot of subliminal type messages.
Like, some cryptic stuff. Or I don't know.
Right. So
we'll see.
But the next segment on Raw, I'm gonna try to move through quick. We had the Legends panel.
Yeah.
HBK, Flair, Hogan. It was cool to see all them back. They all looked pretty decent and good spirits. Flair looking old though, in my opinion. Hogan, he's always looking old.
Yeah.
I don't see how Hogan can pull another match off by the way he walks around out there, but the way he's talking, he's trying to get another match, but I think he may be delusional about that because he's like, I'm training, bro. I heard him on the
he can really
he was on Talk is Jericho talking like, I'm training like I'm ready for WrestleMania main event or something like that. I don't quote me, but
I think his last good match was with The Rock.
Don't quote me on that, but he said something like that, like he was training like he's getting ready for a huge match.
His last good match he could have was with The Rock.
And he said he thinks he could get out there and do it one more time just for nostalgia's sake or whatever. Hogan's not one of these guys that cares about what he looks like out there, it seems like. He just wants the spotlight.
Yeah, but he can just throw that right hand.
But anyway, in the panel, we had HBK who chose... Yeah. Who'd he choose?
He picked Dean Ambrose, didn't he?
Yeah. No, Flair chose Dean Ambrose. Flair said he likes to walk on the wild side, and he chose Dean Ambrose. And then Hogan chose Daniel Bryan.
I knew that.
And then Michaels chose Bray Wyatt, wasn't it?
Oh, wait, yeah, that's what it was.
Michaels chose Bray Wyatt.
So
that kind of...
somebody a little unstable.
Yeah, that threw me for a loop, so that's why I didn't even remember. So Michaels chose Bray Wyatt. You know he's not winning.
No. But
so, you never know, though.
But, yeah, it's strange that he mentioned his name.
I think they're just trying to elevate him to that level, like the superstars are thinking about. We need to act like the superstars are thinking about Bray.
The Taker thing, they gotta do that. Yeah.
I could see Vince back there. Just say it. Yeah. Say Bray Wyatt. Let them think about what they're talking about. Let them think about Bray Wyatt as a superstar. HBK giving him the rub. Yeah. I could just see him saying that, dude.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, I thought those picks were...
It's a pretty good rub, though.
Yeah, and then having Hogan plug Daniel Bryan, and they did give Ambrose the rub with Flair, too. So
no Roman Reigns.
Just mentioning their names gives them kind of a rub, but I just don't see... Bryan out of the three
then
with the win.
Roman Reigns, so that makes it... it almost seem like he's going to win.
Yeah. I don't know, though. We'll come to who's going to win it, though. But I just don't see, especially Wyatt or Ambrose probably taking it.
No.
The Ambrose doesn't need it. Wyatt doesn't need a win.
No.
I think the only guy that really could... He really don't need the Rumble win, but just to get him in the main event, Bryan would be my only... But we'll talk about that in a bit. But after that, it was Ambrose defeating Barrett in a non-title match for the IC. I just don't see where they're going with Dean Ambrose. It's like... Who are they going to are they going to end up having him take the IC title or something to Mania after this win?
Or Barrett, I don't know.
I think Barrett's doing good. He deserves a little bit more than what he's getting.
Yeah,
he should be up there a little bit more, especially since he's got the IC.
They're going to keep him where he's at, or
I think he's going to have a good little run with the IC title, but
it's like weird him and Cesaro. They're kind of just they almost get up there, then they just
Cesaro's just
make it.
Yeah, that.
But now they got the tag team.
It's funny you brought up Cesaro because he was the next match because I really don't have much to say about the Ambrose non-title match other than I just don't know the direction they're going with Ambrose right now. No. Like, they know he's a star of some sort, but it's just like he's not like the typical WWE mold of a guy. And he has a look, but it's not a look that WWE like really loves. No. So it's like they're going to have to switch it up. I don't like the beater and the jeans, and I know Steven hates that look too, so...
Yeah,
he kind of needs some traditional attire. Yeah. He did have that badass match though, when he did that spot with the table, threw the table off the ladder.
Oh yeah, that was.
Which I like Dean Ambrose though, but then the next match,
long tights on or something.
He needs to switch it up.
Yeah.
But then you had Cesaro, Kid, and Adam Rose took on the New Day.
Yeah.
Or no, it was Cesaro and Kid versus Langston and Kofi.
Yeah.
But they actually had the New Day do what we talked about. Like, they should have came out with mics in the first place, and now they're doing it. So.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't begin.
And they're talking like they're some kind of preachers or something. Like, it's kind of crazy, but I'm not really.
He's always talk like that.
Yeah. I'm just not feeling the New Day though.
A lot of people said it was kind of flat when they were out there.
I don't like the way
the crowd was just like.
I didn't like the way it came off at all.
And the
stuff they had him say too.
Some stuff, but they were dead most of the time. So.
But the stuff they had him say too was stupid. Like that everybody on this roster is gonna.
Yeah, I don't know who's writing that stuff, but
it's corny, dude. They had the stuff that Xavier Woods. Just go back and listen to it. It's kind of ignorant, the stuff they said.
They need to turn him heel.
They really do. And he did say that something bringing out the rage or something. Like, it was kind of goofy.
Turn him heel.
Reminds me of that video game ad they did about the rage. Rage. Like, go out there and mention rage. Just mention you could be raged. The New Day. I don't like them. Cesaro and Kid should get a better push, though, because they're a hell of a tag team, in my opinion.
Good.
That move with the spinning drop where he does the swing and then he drop kicks it. I like it. I like them.
I think they'll
the alliance with Rose is weird, but I like them.
Yeah, I think they'll get the belts.
I think so too. I think they got a good opportunity to. I think the New Day does too, but
yeah,
at least they're paying attention to the tag team division lately a little bit more.
Especially if
trying to create some new tag teams, like because you could put New Day in there now, and Cesaro and Kid.
Especially if somebody shows up at the Rumble.
And then you've got the team that we have not talked about yet. I think we did talk about that they were going to make their debut, but the Ascension.
Yeah.
The Road Warrior wannabes. They even had them doing another Road Warrior style promo, which I'm not too big on them putting down LOD and Demolition that first time, because how can you put down the guys that you're copying? It was a low blow kind of move.
Seriously, I think JBL and Booker were both pissed off about it.
I think they're still not too happy about them. But they had the confrontation between them and the NWO.
Yeah.
And then APA came out because JBL stood up and then had Ron Simmons come out as like surprise guest. And then after that, the New Age Outlaws came out and insinuated a fight brawl between them and the Ascension, and ultimately led to a Rumble match.
Yeah.
But we heard before that I heard rumors, and I remember texting you that they were going to start the feud between the Ascension and New Age Outlaws. So
look like they're both in good shape.
I wasn't surprised to see them come out and attack them. It was like I almost saw it coming after seeing that. But
they were in good shape.
They looked like hella shape, and Billy threw a sweet swinging side slam.
Side slam was awesome.
Yeah, and I really liked. They looked good. I think Billy looked better than Double J, Double J, but Road Dogg Jesse James.
Yeah,
he used to be the real Double J, remember?
Yeah.
And don't forget Rockabilly.
Come out.
Gotta get a Rockabilly shout out there. He should be They should go back to Rockabilly and Double J Jesse James. No, I'm joking. But I'm glad to see them back because they got ended short on that last run. Whenever was it Billy that got hurt or was it Road Dogg? I can't remember.
I think it was Billy.
They made it to the Mania, and then after that they were out shortly after that.
Billy got in.
They had that title run though too. I think they could still get the titles again.
Yeah.
So now, I mean, if they bring them back in the tag division, you know, that's going to be heating up right there. And I kind of like the Ascension, but I just like them a lot better on NXT than having them as the Road Warrior wannabes now. I don't think it was necessary to do that kind of a change with the face paint. And
it'll make them put some good heat on them.
Yeah, but the face paint with the red stripe down the head and stuff is kind of goofy.
It is goofy, but...
And they do have, like, Demolition, like, studded leather, and it looks kind of like Road Warriors, but Demolition, and, like, you got a little bit of Acolytes in there.
We'll see what they can do.
Which I thought it was funny when APA came out, because they reminded me of the Acolytes a little bit.
And I knew JBL wanted to...
JBL probably just... did JBL do it? Yeah, that's right. JBL did the clothesline from hell, and didn't anybody from NWO do anything? Or they just jump around? Oh, yeah, and you got to say, I like that Nash got cleared in time.
Yeah.
And what bullshit that was about him getting arrested.
Yeah, that was stupid.
I'm glad he got all that shit dropped.
Kid looked like he was wasted.
Right, his kid looks like a real piece of work.
Yeah.
He obviously is throwing his mother around and shit, so he deserved to get planted on the ground by Nash, really.
Yeah.
I'm glad he was back, but he's looking old as hell, Kevin is.
He is.
But don't be surprised to see him in the Rumble.
He still, looks like his upper body's still in shape.
He's in shape, but he looks old. He looks old with that gray hair.
Oz. Every time I think
he's back to Oz. I know Steven out there, he loves Oz.
Oz, I remember that.
Oh, man. From the Emerald City. That was Dusty's idea, baby. You're going to be Oz, baby. You're going to be from the Emerald City, baby. And then he told Dusty that...
and Gold Dust, but that's kind of...
Yeah, you're going to be Stardust, baby. Anyway.
That's kind of... Yeah.
I have a bad Dusty, but... Anyway, Dusty said that to Nash. He was going to be Oz, and then Nash said, you can't be a geographical region. He goes, Oz is the place where the wizard lives. You can't be a place. Like, how can I be Oz? But he's like, no, you're going to be Oz, baby. You don't get it, baby. We're going to have this entrance. So he did it. Whatever. So
my grandma was watching, I think.
That's funnier and shit. I remember watching that Clash of Champions when he came out, and I was like, just mesmerized. Like, who is this guy with this old man beard? He takes it off, and he's a young guy.
I was like, he's huge. Got a huge head.
He has an old man's beard on, though. An old man mask.
Mask was huge.
And he had Kevin Sullivan with him. But I do distinctly remember, like Dorothy and Tin Man and everybody was out there.
You can barely see walking down there with that thing on his head.
They had Dorothy and the Tin Man out there and a monkey and everything. So anyway, on to the next one after that. That was a cool segment.
Yeah.
Natalya and Paige defeated Summer Rae and Alicia Fox, which I really don't have much to say, but that kind of just, they had the bells on commentary. I could go right through that. I don't really have much to say. Rusev defeated R-Truth.
Yeah.
Pretty much just a squash. Yeah. I haven't seen Truth around for a while, but it's jobbing, obviously, still.
I've seen him on SmackDown.
He really needs to be on the New Day, in my opinion.
That should get him.
Henry was conspicuous by his absence. I didn't see him.
Where has he been?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything.
I remember last
after Rusev and Truth, they had Jey Uso defeat Miz. Keep their feud going. They're having a match. Jey Uso defeated him. So, I didn't see Naomi, though.
No, I don't think I did either.
Maybe he got the...
SmackDown, I think they had
he got it dropped. Got the thing dropped. No. Because we talked about the slap across the face. It was funny.
Yeah.
And then that came to the main event, which was Cena defeating Rollins, Kane, and Big Show in the 1-on-3 match. But the way he beat him was none other than the Raw debut of the Stinger himself.
The Vigilante.
The Vigilante, as WWE's calling him instead of the Icon, because I think that's HBK's name. Yep. So he's the Vigilante. They can't be called the Icon. I'd like to see HBK and Sting in a match.
That's why,
I just don't know. HBK just, God, his legs look like they're gone.
Yeah.
He always...
Sting probably ain't too great. I don't know.
Ever since the comeback for HBK, he always looked like he was riding a horse.
Bow-legged.
Like he's just got off a saddle and his legs won't go back straight. The bow-legged sweet chin music. It's a little crooked, but I'm trying to get it straight. Anyway, though. I like HBK, though, but I think he could still go for a match or two, even though he looks like he's legs are just
They could
going
probably
to
have a
fall
pretty good
off. He
match.
might be in a wheelchair by the time he's 60.
Yeah.
But Sting was awesome on there. They had him pop up on screen, and it was just like he was sitting there, and they're like, that's just a silhouette. That's just a picture of Sting. And then they're all looking at it like the Authority and all them, because they were freaking out in the ring. And then Sting turns and comes to walk out of the stage, and they're like, he's here. Yeah, the crow went off and stuff. I kind of like his music.
Yeah.
And then he came walking out there and just stood there and pointed at Triple H saying, like, I want you. And then after that, it distracted Rollins, and Cena was able to roll him up for the pin and get Ziggler and Rowan and Ryback reinstated. And Triple H was pissed, jumped up onto the announce table, yelling for Sting! Sting! It was funny. Sting! Sting!
That Sting was going to come back.
I love that. Sting! 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 Oh, I love dry laugh. Oh man, I think somebody should just play that over and over and over and over at him.
I kept listening to it. I was like,
but
that hurt my throat.
Hilariousness aside, they're gonna have a good match, I think, at Mania if they end up doing it. Obviously, they haven't scheduled it yet, but I thought they were gonna schedule it right there. I thought he was gonna be like, Sting!
Yeah.
It's me and you at Mania 31.
Maybe it'll happen Sunday. Maybe
let me take a shit first. No. Anyway, that was hilarious. But anyway, Sting came out again. Oh, Jesus. I don't want to hear him say that again. That's funny.
Funny.
I didn't know if I was the only one.
Oh, I was laughing.
Yeah. Oh, man. But then after that, Brock's music hit while he was up on the thing, and he comes down, and Kane and Big Show tried to attack him, but he fought Kane off, gave him a F5 with ease, and then threw Big Show up like it was nothing and gave him an F5.
F5 both of them.
And then it went off air, but then on the WWE Network, it showed Brock like up on the ramp celebrating with his title. And man, he looked like a face. Like, I don't know, like, are they trying to have him like a tweener now, like face? Or because with Rollins in there, he did get the double leg takedown on Rollins too, by the way, but Rollins ran off.
First got in there.
Yeah, Rollins ran off scared, and then that's when Kane got destroyed and Big Show got destroyed.
Yeah.
Which was an awesome ending.
Yeah, it was.
With Sting and then Lesnar coming back out. I like how when they're using Lesnar, they're just not using him in one segment now. They're having him like in a couple different segments.
Yeah. They've been starting him off at the beginning.
Right.
A lot.
One thing I didn't mention was the backstage segment with NWO.
Oh, yeah, that was funny.
When X-Pac jumped up on the screen, it was Sandow, and everybody thought it was... If you go back and watch the footage, the crowd just exploded. No, they exploded whenever Sandow jumped out, but whenever they showed X-Pac, people were like stunned that there was no reaction.
Like, what? Who's who? Which one's the real one?
They started a reaction that was like priceless, man. Nobody even... It was like they popped when they seen Sandow do it because they thought it was him, and then when they showed the real one, nobody even reacted because they were so confused or shocked.
At first I was like, man, it looks like he got kind of big. Like his arms look kind of...
He's looking huge, man. Yeah. It's fucking Sandow. I didn't even notice it, man.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. X-Pac.
It got me, so I could. It got me, so I'm sure it got everybody else, man.
Yeah, I was thinking, man, he roided up or something.
It was just funny when they showed the real X-Pac. Nobody even.
They're like, what? What the hell just happened?
I forgot to mention that, dude. And then you had Miz and them come in there, and he claimed, "What the hell kind of show are you running, Triple H?" And Triple H put his head down and said, "I'm ashamed," which was kind of. Like, what the hell? Why would you do that? But
what if they did a shot at Vince?
It was a shot of Vince.
Now fired.
That's hilarious, but that was Raw. So, I guess now it was a hell of a Raw. The Raw Reunion. That was our Raw Reunion review with me and Jeff. I'm going to do one. Well, I don't think I'm going to do the Raw Reunion. We might talk about Sting and stuff with Steven, but we're mainly going to do the results right now of what we think is going to be the results, which would be the predictions for Royal Rumble. So you got, here's the matches. Usos, Miz, and Mizdow. For the titles. Tag team titles. The Usos versus Jimmy and Jay versus The Miz and Damien Mizdow.
I think the Usos are going to keep them.
And I was going to say the Usos will retain, in my opinion, on that one. Then going on from that, Bella's against Paige and Natalya.
I'm going to go with the Bellas on that one.
I'm taking Paige and Natalya on that one. That's who I chose on WWE.com for the match, too. Just because, well, Paige and Natalya did get the win, so I could see the Bellas winning. But I'm going to go.
I'm taking the Bellas, but
no. Paige and Natalya, who I got.
Go either way.
So we'll see what happens when we do the results show, which we will be doing for sure next week. Might be doing it right after the Rumble.
Yeah.
Because Steven will be here to watch it with us. So the next match is New Day versus Rose and Tyson Kidd and Antonio Cesaro, or just Cesaro, but Kid Cesaro is what I like to call him. What do you think in that match?
I'm going to go with Kid Cesaro, and I think
Cesaro and Rose are going to take that one too. So anytime I say Kid Cesaro, that's
Kid Cesaro.
Cesaro and Kid.
Rose, I guess. I don't know what they're doing with him. Just sticking with them for now.
It's confusing with Adam Rose, but I do like that he's got a change of attitude where he's a heel now.
Yeah.
Instead of a face.
The bunny just disappeared.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah.
That was getting stupid. Well, I think they scratched the Sami Zayn idea. Anyway, Outlaws Ascension.
I'm going with the Outlaws.
I'm going to take the Ascension just because I think they want to give him a rub.
Yeah, well, I could, since I got... Yeah.
Can't change your pick now, though. You got the Outlaws.
Well, I won't change it, but I think since I got just...
Yeah, you can have
it
it
handed to them on Raw, I think they're probably going to...
I just think they're trying to push the Ascension as a big tag.
Yeah, that's a... probably
have them start destroying
get their ass handed to them twice in a row like that.
Right. I just think they like the Ascension for some reason.
And the Outlaws can get back in the mix.
They're not as big and intimidating as any Road Warrior or Demolition. Even.
No.
Demolition wasn't really huge guys, though.
But Victor, he's not.
Yeah, he's small.
And
other dude's got a weird build. He's not muscular, but he's huge, but he's not muscular. Next to Nash, he looked pretty short.
Yeah,
they looked pretty little against the NWO. I didn't think that was a good move.
No, it just
why didn't they bring Animal out there, man?
I don't know.
Road Warrior, Animal, and the Demolition could have been out there. They missed the boat on that, dude.
I don't know why they did.
Jeez. The next match, Lesnar, Cena, Rollins. What do you think's going to happen?
Brother. Oh, man.
My prediction for this match is that Lesnar's going to come out on top.
I think he is, but I'm almost...
I have a feeling Rollins might try to cash in his money in the bank on whoever loses this match. And he won't be involved in the decision of the triple threat, but he'll cash in that money in the bank real quick and capitalize on something. And so the other guy will be put out. That's a prediction. But I'm going to say Lesnar's going to come out with the title.
Yeah.
But there's a possibility Rollins could cash in, so you always got to say that. But I'm going to have to go with Lesnar taking the title to Mania.
I think so, but...
Just because that'll be like a marquee
match.
I don't see Cena taking it at 16 right now.
I don't know, but I just don't know how they're having Cena get beat again.
I just don't see Cena maybe not being involved in the... Maybe they'll have Rollins get beat, and then that way he can't cash in.
Yeah.
I could see that happening.
Or he could beat Rollins. Cena could. Then Brock could attack Cena, and then...
have a match next month, but I don't see him taking the title like that.
And then Rollins cash it in after Brock beats the hell out of him.
I don't see him doing a 1 month reign with somebody before Mania. Because this will be a lengthy run for Lesnar if he holds it till Mania.
Yeah, but it depends how they're doing that face heel deal with him. I don't know.
I don't know. It's going to be weird. That's a match I got to see. I'm really confused. But
even Jim Ross didn't have a clue.
I'm going to say Lesnar though.
Yeah.
Is my overall opinion. Just because I think that Reigns is going to win the Rumble match. which is the next and last match we're talking about. I think Reigns is going to win the match. And it's going to be Reigns and Lesnar and Mania for the title, just because the fact that Reigns needs the match just to be pushed to another level. And they're trying to build him up. They love him.
Last year, he was the last one besides
Right,
Batista,
and had the elimination record.
Yeah.
But I think what they're wanting to do is maybe, like, he's not over yet. I don't think Daniel Bryan or, like, Ambrose needs to win it, really.
No.
And I don't think Bryan's going to be the guy that they want to take the belt to Mania. But I think it could be Bryan. It could be Bryan if they don't trust in Reigns and the mic skills and stuff like that. And they don't think he's ready.
Go to Bryan.
But from what I see, man, what I saw on Raw, I think he looked pretty good to be able to take it. And I think him and Brock would be an interesting match.
Yeah. They could turn him heel or, I don't know, how Brock go back to being heel.
I just don't know. It depends on what Brock does after Mania. Is he going to do that UFC thing? Is he not? You know, it'll be weird to see that if he's going to resign, maybe he'll retain it at Mania against somebody. But
unless he decides to do Bellator and they let him do both.
But the plan the whole time was
they had a deal with TNA.
Practically, the plan the whole time's been though for him to take for Reigns to take the belt at Mania.
Yeah.
But now they're saying, some guys say he's not ready, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But as far as that goes, I don't really have much else to say. Do we have some other notes here? Oh, yeah, Dudley Boys and RVD's already, like, confirmed to be in it. And I think the Dudley Boys are being rumored to show up in the Rumble.
See if Bubba could have both of them. They could have a tag team run or singles.
I'd like to see them come back, because if they bring them in and they have the New Age Outlaws in there and if we can get the Hardy Boys in there or something.
Yeah.
Bring all those older teams back to rub off these newer teams that they're making. Bring like a Tommy and Balor in as a tag team. Be sweet.
Yeah. They need some good ones.
Other than that, we got Goldberg, who said he's open to talks with WWE.
If they'd use him right, not like last time.
Well, they could do something here before Mania with him. That'd be cool. Him and Ryback would be good right now.
Oh, yeah, that would be real good.
Since they got Ryback kind of where he was at when they wanted to have him in the first match.
That would be good.
But other than that, I'm just interested to see the Rumble Sunday, and we're going to be back with another episode after that. I'm going to try to get Steven's opinions on the Rumble here and for a part 2, but this is part 1. If we do a part 2, this is part 1. But I'm going to say peace out to everybody out there, and thanks for listening, and subscribe and comment, and let us know what's up, and we'll get back to you on any questions or comments you got. But thanks for listening, and I'm going to say peace out, Jeff.
Yeah, I want to say peace out. And
right.
Definitely leave some comments or something. Let us know if we're doing shitty or if you like it.
Shitty. All right. Well, thanks for listening, guys, and peace out.
Peace.
Later.